My latest theory is that the Earth and the universe are young. Both are young. Now, when you understand why this world was created, then you get a better understanding of the age of the universe. And the age of the Earth is easily calculated through the genealogies and other biblical strategies. Now, let us review why this Earth was created. God had created the universe with other worlds, and Lucifer, who became Satan, was the star in heaven. He was the choir master, he was music, he had this beautiful light, he was very talented, very busy, and very important in heaven. And he started to insinuate that other angels are saying that since Christ is so laid back and so dull, that he ought to, get a better position, and that he's so talented. They're saying, he says, whereas that is his ideas that he's sort of projected on others. It's a political strategy. He's trying to feel them out. He's trying it with the angels and with the other and fallen worlds. And they had utmost respect for him, the angels in the other worlds. And so more than a third of the angels succumbed to his influence and the suggestions in the early stages. And my understanding is that they were cast out several times, and every time you went back with tears and confession and so forth. The tears and the confession netted him another chance, and less angels were under the influence. Some began to doubt it, and they remained. So eventually, a third were cast out of him. And God did not move to destroy him, because the other world, it seems, had been so young that they hadn't had enough time to develop the confidence in God that we and they at this time have. And so they weren't sure. And if God had obliterated him and the angels and created others, then they would have said that, maybe Satan had a point and this is why he destroyed him. So he allowed it to develop and mature so that everybody could see clearly the true character and the whole scenario. And finally, when he crucified the commander of chief in heaven, that's Jesus Christ. He's the creator. He is the one that created Adam and Eve, the world, the universe. He was the creative energy agent in the Godhead. And so he was born to accomplish what he had promised, that if man were to violate God's law and be subject to death, eternal death, he will come and pay the price for them, etc. And so he was born through Mary and etc. But he had lived before he created the world, etc. I don't understand how God could become a human and all that stuff. I don't. And so at the crucifixion, the other worlds were convinced beyond a shadow of doubt that here is Christ innocent, and Satan is the guilty party. And he has reserved the final time when he's going to destroy Satan and all those who follow him, including the angels and us, those of us who follow him. So that how old had the universe been before this world was created? So that they could have been deceived by Satan. They hadn't enough time to, have experience with God and with Satan and Lucifer and so on and so forth. So I want to suggest that it had been a couple decades old, maybe not even 100 years old. The universe had been when Earth was created. Because I'm saying that the longer they had been in existence, the more confidence they would have had in God. And he could have even exterminated Satan on the spot, and they would have said, oh well, there goes evil. But they weren't sure. And I'm saying that this means that they hadn't a lot of time. And I'm going to find this out when I get to heaven. But for now, I will say that the universe had been under 100 years when that happened. And since my calculations show that the Earth is about 6,200 years-ish, then it's highly probable that it could have been, the whole universe then is close to 6,000, maybe 500, maybe 300. It's less than billions and millions that people are talking about. And I just read in, I think it was Peter or John, where it says that 1,000 years are like a day in the sight of the Lord. And I don't think that he had planned it this way. But if all is close to 6,000-ish, then maybe it's a week the earth would have, the whole universe would have existed as far as God is concerned, because it's in the seventh going to the 7,000 year, and maybe how he has the seventh day to rest, perhaps, and then of course we're gonna have 1,000 years in heaven before we come back, which is gonna be like a day. So it's probable that everything might equal up to 6,000. I mean, I know I tried my utmost to calculate the Earth, history and age, and I came with more than 6,000. But it's probable that the universe and Earth could equal 6,000. I mean, I could have made a mistake, who knows? And then he's going to come, and then we have a 1,000 years of peace in heaven before coming back to this earth. So it would complete a 7-day, 7,000 year cycle. I don't know. But as I'm saying that, it seems as though the universe is younger than many people would want to believe. It's older than the earth, but not by much. Maybe a couple of years, maybe a decade, maybe 100 years, maybe 50, maybe 20, I don't know. But total, it's close to 6,000 plus minus. So this is why I think that the universe is not as old as the scientists are saying, and it's just close to 6,000 years.